In this video, we're going to see how to simplify some of the algebraic expressions. Consider this example, 6x plus 2b minus 7x minus 9b. So we're going to simplify this expression. So when we simplify such algebraic expressions, the first thing we should do is to look for any like terms. Okay? So what are the like terms? In this one, if you look at this expression carefully, 6x and minus 7x are multiples of x. And 2b and minus 9b are multiples of b. So those both, the 6x and minus 7x are like terms, and 2b and minus 9b are like terms as well. So when the terms are multiples of the same quantity, we call it as like terms. So these terms can be added or subtracted as per given in the expression. So in this case, 6x and minus 7x can be clubbed together. So you only need to add or subtract the coefficients. So 6x minus 7x, the coefficients are 6 and minus 7. So you need to find what is 6 minus 7, which is minus x. And then you need to club these two terms together, and which is 2b and minus 9b. So you need to add or subtract the coefficients, which is 2 minus 9, which is minus 7. So it's a minus 7b. So the answer for this one, the simplified form of that one, is minus x minus 7b. Okay, let's now consider another example, 3x squared minus 7x plus 18x squared plus x. We need to simplify this one. So again, we need to look for the like terms. So look at this expression carefully. 3x squared and 18x squared are both multiples of x squared. So they are like terms. So we can club these two things together, and again, to find the simplified version of that, add or subtract the coefficients of those terms. So it's a 3 plus 18, which is 21, and x squared. And then you can club together these two terms because they are also like terms as they are multiples of x. So it's a minus 7, and the coefficient of x and here is 1. That's why we don't write it. So minus 7 plus 1 is minus 6 and minus 6x. So the simplified version of this one, 3x squared minus 7x plus 18x squared plus x, is 21x squared minus 6x. Okay, so hope this makes sense to you. We'll do one more example. Okay, so this time we're going to simplify this term, minus 2b squared plus 3a squared b minus 7ab squared plus 3a squared plus 2a squared b plus a squared. Okay, so it's a pretty long one. So let's look for any like terms in here. So the first term is a multiple of b squared. So let's look for any other term having b squared in it. Okay, now none of them. So we need to write it as it is, minus 2b squared. So the next term is 3a squared b, which is a multiple of a squared b. Is there any other term which is a multiple of a squared b? So there's another term, a multiple of a squared b. So we can combine these two terms together by adding the coefficients. So it's a 3 plus 2 is 5. It's a 5a squared b. So this term is taken care of and that term is taken care of. Okay, the next one is minus 7ab squared, so which is a multiple of ab squared. Okay, we don't have any other term having ab squared, so let's write it down as it is, minus 7ab squared. And the final terms which we need to consider is 3a squared and a squared, which are both multiples of a squared, so which can be combined together. 3 and the coefficient in here is 1, so 3 plus 1 is 4 for a squared. So that's pretty much the answer is. Okay, so it's the most simplified version of it. Okay, let's now do another example, and this time there are fractions in here. Okay, so the term which we're going to simplify in here is 6 on 5x minus 11 on 2x. In here, both are multiples of x, so both are like terms. Okay, so the only problem is you need to do this operation, 6 on 5 minus 11 on 2, and that times x. So that's the answer. The trickiest part in here is to find 6 on 5 minus 11 on 2, which is a fraction. Okay, so I'm pretty sure most of you in here know how to perform this operation, how to subtract an algebraic fraction. If you don't know, this is a time to revise that topic because it's quite mandatory to understand this topic to learn a lot of other topics in maths. Okay, so let me do it in here. So the first step in here is to make these denominators same. If we keep the denominator same, then only we can subtract or add a fraction. So the lowest common multiple of this one is 5 times 2, which is 10. Okay, so that's the lowest common multiplier. Okay, so what I'm going to do in here to perform 6 on 5 minus 11 on 2 is to make the denominator of these two terms, as these two fractions, 10. Okay, so to make the denominator of 6 on 5 as 10, what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply the whole term by 2 on 2. So the reason I'm multiplying by 2 on 2 is this doesn't change anything because we are effectively multiplying with 1. Okay, and then to make minus 11 on 2 as a fraction having a denominator 10, you need to multiply 5 on 5. Okay, and that times x. That's the answer. So that's 1, 4. And then now we can see that 6 on 12. So to multiply these two, so just multiply the numerators and denominators. That's a 6 times 2 is 12 and 5 times 2 is 10 minus 11 times 5 is 55 and 2 times 5 is 10 and that times x. Okay. So now it's easy to subtract because they both have the same denominators. So if once we got the same denominator, what we're going to do is keep the denominator same and then subtract the numerators. 12 minus 55 and that times x. Okay, 12 minus 55, quite easy. So which is 43, right? So it's a 43 and x is in the numerator and on 10. So that's the answer for this question, 6 on 5, x minus 11 on 2. I hope this makes sense to you. So we've covered different examples that involves a lot of simplifications, especially combining the like terms and performing the addition or subtraction.